A question that I get asked all the time is, which Sim 4 packs do I recommend? I haven't done a video like this before where I actually rate any of the packs. The only time that you really even get to hear an ounce of my opinion is when I'm doing an actual review. And most times that's kind of like in the spark of the moment when everything is like purple unicorns and yellow daffodils. It has been quite a while since I have played with all of the packs featured in this 2021 list, so I do feel like I will be able to suggest appropriately. Today we're going to be using a chart off of Tier Maker that was created by Spring Sims, aka Steven, here on YouTube. He just so happens to be one of my good longtime friends in the simming community and also my castmate on The Sims Sparked. If you haven't watched The Sims Sparked and you want to see me cry in real life, I definitely suggest you check out the link in the description. Just in the off chance that we have very differing opinions of where these packs lie, I just want you to know at the end of the day, my opinion is just my opinion. It is literally irrelevant, and this whole entire video is just for you to kind of get a little bit of insight on what another person thinks of these packs. Starting off with the good old Sims 4. Now, it's kind of obvious that you need it in order for the rest of these packs to even function, but ultimately, how do I feel about the Sims 4 in comparison to previous franchises? I feel like the engine works amazing. It doesn't have any lag on my behalf, whereas the Sims 3 was pretty much unplayable. However, it lacks detail, and I'll leave it there. Moving on to Get to Work. I love Get to Work, but unfortunately those really cool immersive careers don't work, and that is a pretty big selling point of the pack. Now, I do love the retail system, hate the clothing, but boy oh boy do I love the objects. So we're gonna put it right here. Get Together, honestly, I feel like Windenburg saves this pack, but the group system that a lot of people use really doesn't provide any sort of like royalty to me. So I would actually say, you know, it's okay, and I'm giving it an okay because I feel like there's definitely a lot of substance, not to mention the build objects in that pack are pretty freaking phenomenal. But in my personal opinion, it's just okay. I'm gonna be biased. City Living is going to my need it list all the way straight to the top. I love apartments in City Living. I love all the festivals. I love the build objects. I love all the collectibles, and not to mention the Foreman's was born in this EP, so obviously you need it. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing pack. The Sims 4 Pets. Now, I think it goes without saying that Brindleton Bay is absolutely beautiful. It's this gorgeous Cape Cod town that's kind of located near the sea. I love the world itself, and I also really like the clothing and everything and the build styles that come with it. However, the one thing that kind of knocks off a couple points for me is the pets themselves. I hate the fact that you can't actually control your pets. Now, I know this was done on purpose, to be honest with you. I still don't get it. And also the fact that only residents of Brindleton Bay will be seen walking their animals outside. So if your sim has a pet and you're not playing with them, or an NPC has a pet and they live in like City Living, you're not going to see them walking around other towns or other worlds. So for that reason, I would kind of put it on the good list. It's good, but you know, I definitely think it could be better. Sims 4 Seasons. If you're looking for one expansion pack that is going to change the entire way that you play, this is it. This is absolutely freaking it. It doesn't come with a world, but it comes with amazing build objects, tons and tons and tons of gameplay, and clothing items that you cannot simply resist. The Sims 4 Get Famous is a pack that I want to love. I really do, but the world Del Sol Valley is really small. There's not a lot of lots, and not to mention the whole like gameplay around the acting career is fun, but can be quite repetitive. I love the clothing style. This is when I definitely feel like the Sims 4 team kind of started changing in the right direction in the way that they styled their cast items. And I also really use the build objects quite often, so I'll say I love it because I do, but I don't feel like it is a necessity by any means. island living. I'm definitely open to hearing your guys' ideas and how you feel about this expansion pack, but this was seriously a pivotal moment for me when I started feeling like expansions in general in the Sims 4 franchise started taking a huge nosedive in terms of content. I actually got to play test this before it was even launched, and I remember being so excited, so excited, because I really felt like there was so much more than meets the eye, because obviously you only get a little sample size when you're there to play it. But then when I started actually trying to do like a LP on it, I realized, you guys, that this was not all that it was chalked up to be. The world of Sulani is beautiful. The build objects, even the cast items, chef's kiss. Now, when it comes to gameplay, literally I could live without it because it doesn't add anything too substantial. But overall, I will say it was rather okay EP. I really felt like it added culture into the game, and that was such a refreshing thing to see. Discover University. Wow, I feel like we're gonna have differentiating opinions on this one. Now, I know a lot of people wanted this. This was definitely on like the top 10 list. I feel like personally, once it rolled out, I was just okay with it, and honestly, it could almost go to the mess section without me even thinking twice. I love the world that it takes place in, but to be honest with you, it is not an expansion pack that I gravitate towards in any matter. The gameplay, I just feel is a little kind of boring, repetitive, and honestly, I haven't been able to sit through Discover University long enough for my Sims to even freaking graduate. But I do like the fact that if you can muster through all 4 semesters, your Sims do kind of come out with a little, you know, a little career boost, and they also have that college experience. Eco lifestyle, need it. I love this freaking pack. I love it. I love it so much because the world of Port Promise is absolutely freaking spectacular. It was diverse. It also implemented more apartment lots, which is something I wish we would have had previously. So, not to mention the Create a Sim, the brand new style is kind of grungy. I also really loved all of the brand new hobbies that were introduced to the game, such as, you know, candle making. You could also make your own little fizz juices and drinks, and also that sense of community. It actually inspired me to be more cordial with the Sims that are coexisting in my world. There are so many things about this freaking pack that I feel are a prime example of a perfect pack. But ultimately, if you're a builder, this is top tier. This is top tier-ish in my personal opinion. Oh boy, where do I even start with this one? The game pack, or the expansion pack that was supposed to be a game pack, at least that's what I thought anyways. Snowy Escape. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say meh, and the only reason I'm not putting it to the bottom of the freaking barrel is because it implements culture and diversity, which obviously we desperately need. But ultimately, I don't feel like it should have been an expansion pack, especially if you already have seasons. It's kind of almost freaking pointless. Granted, yes, your Sims can be adventurous. They can go rock climbing, they can do skiing and snowboarding, and let me tell you, snowboarding with a toddler is probably the cutest thing ever. I do like the festivals, and that kind of goes back to the whole like culture thing that I was mentioning earlier, but don't get me started on that freaking rock climbing excursion. You will be so disappointed. I feel like we're not even halfway through this video, and I need to take a break because it is so much to digest at once. Also, side note, I do apologize for the lack of nose. I am literally using natural lighting, like the whole camera is behind you guys right now, and it shows. So I guess let's dive back in. I'm a little shocked to see the holiday update in here. I mean, it's free stuff. I love free stuff. If you love free stuff, I kind of almost feel like it isn't a need it, because even if you didn't want it, you're still gonna have it. I just realized that these were categorized by expansions, game packs, stuff packs, yada yada yada. Like, I literally just now realized that. Outdoor retreat. I need it. I love this pack so freaking much. If you're doing rags to riches or anything, you know, outdoorsy, or maybe you want to take your Sims out to a little excursion, a little family sim, this is the pack for you. I actually don't mind the clothes either. I use them quite often, and also they came with like these little nifty crew socks that my Sims literally wear all the freaking time. Also with this pack, herbalism was introduced, and sometimes that can be quite fun. I don't know, I just think it's a really like light, kind of hearted game pack, and honestly, I really like this one a lot. And if you have seasons, this pack just becomes better. Spa day is a little bit of a puzzle. Okay, because I don't hate it, right? But I also don't love it. I definitely feel like it is quite good in the reasoning that it introduces yoga, meditation, more ways for your Sims to get fit besides, you know, cardio and lifting at the gym. Also, the massages have a lot of added benefits, and I do feel like your Sims can get foot and hand massages too. So there's like a lot of ways to like pamper yourself and just kind of have a little me time and, you know, enjoy the game. And also there's, you know, some gameplay implemented in there. I have a serious love-hate relationship with Dine Out. It's going straight to the need it list for the simple fact that even though it is Buggy McBugskins, it still doesn't negate the fact that this is literally the only form of dining that we really have in The Sims 4. So I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm kind of like pushed into this corner. Let me explain really quick. You can own restaurants and obviously you can dine out at them with this pack. I love both features, but if you did decide to dine out, prepare to spend at least 6 hours minimum at the restaurant. And that is literally you just waiting for your food, only for your server to finally bring your caprese salad, only to drop it on your shoes, and then you have to wait another 6 hours. So I can't even tell you how many times your girl has left the restaurant without even freaking eating. So that's really frustrating. It's definitely a little bit of a hit or miss. I will say though, like the build objects are pretty phenomenal, so I love that. And also, again, owning a restaurant can kind of be fun, but I never really do that. I never like own a restaurant. I usually just go for the simple fact to eat. But yeah, I never usually leave happy. I usually leave stressed. This is the vampire game pack. Honestly, I can live without it. I think vampires are pretty damn dope in this pack. I'm not going to even sit here in front, but I don't play it. I don't gravitate towards it. I don't really utilize really anything in this pack. I could totally live without. Parenthood is a need because it implements so many wonderful systems into the game, between curfews and character values, things of that nature. It really gives your Sims like a sense of family, and also the brand new parenthood skill. I love the clothes and even the build objects. It's just a really wholesome good pack. Now I think this is supposed to be jungle adventure. I mean, it's good. It's good. I love Salvadorada. I also love the culture that's implemented in it, and even the cast items and build items. I also love that you can like go there and explore the world. But you know, that's pretty much where that stands. I'm sorry, does anybody else hear the ice cream truck? Is this a test? I feel like this is a test that I'm gonna fail. Like, what if I came back with a freaking ice cream cone right now? Would you judge me? Honestly, I'm hella craving a chocolate taco right now, or maybe like one of those strawberry shortcakes. Here we are with Strangerville. I promise I'm not lying through my London look when I say it is an absolute freaking necessity. I love this pack, from the world down to build by mode, even create a sim, and also the pesky little townies that walk around all like, you know, kooky and whatever. By the way, you can totally disable that and story mode if you decided to get this pack, but the real reason why I love it, you guys, is honestly just for the world. Like, if this is on a discount and you kind of want to live somewhere that's just different, this is the pack for you. Ultimately, my favorite spot is like the little trailer park, because I think it's just kind of like a new type of housing that was implemented into The Sims. I know I'm strange, literally, but I love this pack, and I think people seriously think I'm joking when I say that I do. It's weird. What is this, like Making Magic or something? Realm of Magic. Honestly, just I can live without it. Nothing about this pack, nothing, literally nothing about this pack, big old fat zero, speaks to me. But moving on to the Star Wars pack, I think this is the Journey to Batuu. That would be a new for me. Honestly, there's nothing about this pack that really like speaks to me. I will say though, if I could put it like right here in between Met and Can Live Without, I would. It's not horrible, but it couldn't hold my attention long enough, which was a little disappointing. You know what? We're getting real deep in the trenches now. Let's talk about kits. Okay, so Bust the Dust was honestly at the top of my list. I was so excited to get it, and then once I had it, it was simply okay. My whole entire house caught on fire, and also those dust bunnies, although cute, literally cannot be tamed. I'm not joking. I literally have to, and I'm gonna say literally so much, just bear with me. I seriously had to disable Bust the Dust in my game analytics or whatever the freaking heck it's called, because it was just getting too crazy. It was just getting too much. Vacuums are fun and all, but you know what? Maybe I don't want that in The Sims after all. Now, Country Kitchen, yes, I love it. It's so cute. I love build objects. I think it's amazing. I love all the little assets and details. I also love the fact that it really does feel very country, and the items within it are worn and weathered. I don't know, it makes me smile. I like it. It's a great kit. So this one is the Throwback Fit Kit. I actually like this one. I feel like it is good. Now, it's really weird because it could be okay, but I feel like it's good. I don't really use a lot of the Create a Sim assets in this pack, but I definitely use a good handful, and I feel like it's just overall a nice little addition to the game if you're looking to kind of add something as a little filler piece. Kits in general aren't meant to be, you know, full-fledged game packs or expansion packs or stuff packs. They're just like bite-sized pieces of content that you can kind of throw into your game just to, you know, survive the drought or whatever. We are at the final stretch, my friends. Stuff packs. Also, please ignore this little sunspot on my sweater. It's very distracting, I know. I do not know all of the names of the stuff packs, which is crazy to me. I just don't. They're kind of like, you know, at the back of my brain. But Luxury Party is definitely a good stuff pack. I absolutely adore all the different ways that you can cater to your sim friends while hosting a party in terms of like food and things of that nature. Also, the build items or buy items that come in this pack are pretty good too for entertaining and like hosting weddings and things of that nature. I will say the Create a Sim assets at this day and age are a little dated in my personal opinion, and I feel like there are a bunch of other packs that kind of cater to more modernized formal wear, if you will. But overall, it's a pretty good pack. Now, this is like backyard, what is this called? Like the backyard stuff pack. I mean, I don't know, it's meh. Like I don't really think about it. I probably use it a lot more than I do, but it just doesn't really stand out too much to me. This is the Cool Kitchen Stuff. Hell yeah, I love this because ice cream. Who doesn't love ice cream? Also, if you have Dine Out, I think you can serve ice cream from Cool Kitchen at your restaurant, but also I created this cute little ice cream freezer buddy shop a long time ago, so it's just kind of like another way for your Sims to have a little bit of an outing. Spooky, I think this is like the Spooky Stuff pack. I definitely think that it's pretty good. I would almost say that I need it because I have seasons, so I'm gonna say that I need it because I have seasons. If you don't have seasons, I really genuinely feel like this is not a necessity. Movie Hangout Stuff is a bohemian themed pack that allows your Sims to kind of congregate in the backyard and watch movies together. I don't know if watching a movie is exclusive to the Movie Hangout Stuff pack, but I also know that it has some pretty fashionable Create a Sim items that are a little outdated, but also it introduces the popcorn maker. So for that reason, I feel like it's quite good. Romantic Garden does have some really nice Create a Sim assets. But overall, I would say it's quite meh. It's not something that I use a lot. I do believe this is the kids' room stuff. Yep, you're gonna need this, especially if you want to kind of broaden your buy catalog when it comes to kids. I feel like they are so neglected in The Sims 4. It literally it makes me want to cry a little bit. So I feel like you definitely need that for just the build buy assets alone. And if this sunspot comes on my face, it's a wrap, y'all. I mean, we're over it. We're over it. It's so close. Like really, I can just feel it kind of creeping. So here we have the backyard stuff pack. Now this introduces some really cute little tea makers and things like that. It also has some really nice little patio furniture. I think it's okay. I like it. It's okay. It really is. It's okay. Actually, you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna have to bump that up to good because I really do like the little tea maker. And also I think it comes with the bamboo noise makers, and you can do like ceramic bamboo. I think there's also like cute little like bird houses and windmills. Definitely like it. I think it's really nice. The Glamour Live Stuff Pack is going straight to my love it list. I absolutely adore the build and buy objects that are in this particular pack. Obviously, they're very glamorous. They have this very nice vintage vibe. Also, the introduction to butlers happened with this pack as well, and vanities. I am a huge makeup enthusiast, and just being able to have my Sims kind of play around with, you know, doing their makeup and whatnot, was honestly something that spoke to me. Now, if we go down to the bowling stuff pack, I actually really like this one too. I love bowling. I like the midnight bowling feature. Also, just having more activities for my sim is a total plus. The fitness stuff pack is going to the can live without. I don't know if this pack actually introduced rock climbing. If it did, it's okay. I think it did. So I'm gonna put it at the okay part of our list, because also it was really nice having hello there, Sunspot. It was also really nice having more variety when it came to workout equipment. Toddler stuff, ooh, y'all, meh. And I say that because, honest to God, the ball pit. Do we need to talk about the ball pit? And I'm sorry, why are all the objects so freaking huge? I would have loved to have seen maybe some smaller bouncy toys, more outfits, just a lot more for the toddler stuff pack that I saw, to be honest with you. I was quite disappointed in that one overall. Laundry day is going straight to the love it list. Now, I don't actually play very often with laundry. I find it actually quite bothersome. I will say overall, the items that come with that pack, be it create a sim or build buy, are literally so, I don't know, they're so like homey and comforting. It's just such an amazing little pack. Even though I don't use the gameplay features of it, I still gravitate towards a lot of the actual assets in create a sim, and also build buy mode especially. Now, my first pet stuff, honestly, I think it's okay. I think it's not okay because it's like a DLC to a DLC, but I do like some of the objects in it, and I actually use them quite often to complete my bedroom set that came with the pets expansion pack. But if I didn't have the pets EP, I would honestly say that you could live without this. I don't play with the gerbils or the hamsters or whatever else came with that pack very often. Okay, you know what, maybe I'll just say meh, because really all that I do use it for is just to complete the bedroom set for my pets expansion. So I guess I would say meh, because I do use it though. Like I don't completely, like, I haven't completely lived without it, I guess is my point. Anyway, the Mosquito Stuff pack, I love the photography capabilities that come with this pack. I will say though, I don't use it as often as I should. When it comes to create a sim, I do use a lot of those items as well. I will say it's okay. I'm not huge into photography or anything, but I don't completely hate the pack entirely, and I do feel that I do use enough out of it, but it isn't like a top tier need. And honestly, I don't really think there's much more I can say about it. Like, I have reviews on literally everything on my channel if you guys are interested, but yeah, overall I just feel like it's rather okay. Now, tiny living, I love it. Oh my god, the freaking create a sim wardrobe in this pack is phenomenal. I just love what they added into it. Also, I love all of the build options that come along with this pack. The Murphy beds, those are really exciting. Just overall, the fact that it introduced tiny living as a new home type in a sense was also really intriguing. I think almost I would say you need it, to be honest with you, which is pretty crazy, because if you're into kind of being, I don't know, a little more like adventurous when it comes to the different house types you have your Sims reside in, definitely think you should give this one a try. Nifty Knitting is good. Now, I love knitting as a general. I feel like this is, as a whole, I'm sorry, I feel like this pack is still very new. I haven't really gotten my feelers out for it, but I think it's cute. I love the addition of Plopsy. I love all of the fun little handmade you know, tailored assets that you can create, and the fact that you can sell them and give them to friends, and paired with some of the other expansion packs and stuff packs that are in the franchise, I definitely feel like it makes it a good pack. Now, Paranormal Activity, the last one, you guys, the last one before I am literally blinded by the light, I feel like it's okay. I haven't played with it enough to really like it, but honestly, I almost feel like I could live without it. But then there's some really amazing creative sim assets that I know I couldn't live without. So for that reason, I'm gonna put it as okay. I promise I'm not trying to make this goodbye awkward, but there is one last thing that I would like you guys to leave with, and it is a little bit of insight on who I am as a simmer, just in case you don't know. I am definitely story-based, meaning I love to do LPs and I love to create in-depth storylines with my Sims, hence why details and gameplay are so important to me, and that's why I rated some of those packs the way that I did. Also, ultimately, I love dabbling in create a sim, so fashion is also a priority. I love to get a lot of create a sim assets introduced with every pack that we receive if possible. Building is probably at the bottom of the barrel, to be honest with you guys, but it is still very important, especially as I dabble in it more. But yeah, just wanted to throw that out there in case maybe you can relate to some of those, you know, ways that I play, perhaps. I don't know. I'm trying to not get a freaking crick in my neck because this guy has overstayed his welcome.